Good morning, Mark Soderberg with a quick summary of today's USDA WASDE data. On the surface, I thought today's data was supportive for both corn and soybeans, with stocks coming in below expectations, while neutral to maybe a little bit bearish on the wheat, with stocks there above expectations. A lot to get through here, so let me begin. I'll start off domestically here on the old crop balance sheets. Corn, that was cut 50 million bushels to 1.15 billion bushels due to a 50 million bushel increase on the exports. They came in just below expectations. On the soybeans, the exports, they were raised 25 million bushels to dropping ending stocks to 350 million bushels. That was the only change, and at 350, that was at the very low end of expectations. Wheat ending stocks, old crop, they were cut 5 million bushels to 841 due to higher food usage. That was slightly below expectations. Also on the old crop bean balance sheet, we did see a 150 million pound cut on bean oil usage for biofuel production, while exports were raised 100 million, and there was a 50 million pound drop on bean oil imports. Jumping over to the new crop in corn, production at 15.82 billion with a trendline yield of 181. That was in line with expectations given the higher acres here from the end of March. On the new crop usage, 15.46 billion bushels. That was well above the 15.185 in the February outlook. So ending stocks as a result, only 1.8 billion at the very low end of expectations. On soybeans, production came in at 4.34 billion, average yield of 52.5, a record, in line with the pre-report expectations. Ending stocks, however, only at 295 million bushels, about 70 million below expectations due to less coming in from the tighter old crop stocks. New crop usage, 4.415 billion. That was just below the February outlook numbers. We did see Chinese imports were lowered 1 million metric tons to 108. New crop on 25-26 plugged in at 112. On new crop on the South American production, we did see the USDA raise the Brazilian corn production for 24-25, 4 million metric tons to 130. No other changes were made. On the new crop, we saw Brazilian soybeans come in at 175 million metric tons, corn at 131. In Argentina, corn comes in at 53 million metric tons, while soybeans at 48.5. Global stocks much tighter than expected for both corn and soybeans. Corn at 287 million metric tons on the old crop. Little change there. New crop forecast to drop about 10 million metric tons, 20 million below expectations, while soybeans coming in on the old crop 123, new crop 124, slightly below expectations there. And in the wheat, U.S. production, all wheat coming in at 1.921 billion bushels. That was about 35 million above expectations. Winter wheat production, 1.380, up 31 million from a year ago. Expectations were for about a 25 million bushel reduction. So U.S. stocks as a result, a little bit higher than expected. So at the moment, we find ourselves 4 to 6 better in the corn. We did spike up and make new session highs, immediately came right back. Well, soybean prices are again pushing back up towards session highs, up 20 to 25 cents, while wheat prices are still in the red here, between 1 to 2 lower in Chicago, nickel lower in Minneapolis. So back now on Tariff Watch again and U.S. weather. Thanks for listening, everyone. I hope you have a great day.